This is the Revit home screen. Now we have to start a new project. For that, we have to click on New to create a new model, and in this window we need to choose a template. As you can see, there are several loaded in this list, and it may be a bit different from yours depending on the options you chose in the installation menu. Anyway, if you are not happy with these options, you can always browse, and you can find many more templates here, organized by language. For example, this is the English folder, and there are templates both for metrical and imperial units. Okay, here I'm not going to choose one of these templates, so I close the window and select here the architectural template and click on OK. Now, this is the main screen of our Revit project. The central window is called the drawing area, and it's where we create, view and modify both 2D drawings and 3D models. At the top, we have the ribbon, which contains the tools we need for our drawings. It's divided into different tabs, each dedicated to specific functions. The first tab is Architecture, which we will focus on the most in this course. The next 4 tabs are dedicated to different disciplines, including structure, steel, precast, and MEP systems, which means mechanical, electric, and plumbing. Next, we have the Insert tab, which is used for linking and importing CAD files, images, and PDFs, and it's actually one of the key features in Revit. In the Annotate tab, we can insert dimensions, details, and text. Additionally, the Manage tab provides access to settings for the project, including project parameters and collaboration options. Then, in the File tab at the top left, we can access the recent files, start or open a new project or family file, save to a specific location, export as PDFs or CAD formats, printing, and close the current file. At the bottom of this dialog, we can exit Revit and also access the software options. At the top of the screen, we have the Quick Access toolbar. It contains shortcuts to open and save files, undo and redo actions, as well as other frequently used commands. By clicking on this icon, the drop-down arrow, I can customize the toolbar by adding or removing the commands I want. At the bottom, we can find the View control bar, which contains icons that adjust how we visualize the current view in Revit. Here there are options such as controlling the view scale, changing the detail level of objects. We can also choose different visual styles, crop the view to display specific areas of the model, or temporarily hide or reveal objects. Now, at each side, I have the properties and the project browser. However, you may have in your version both panels in the left side, as usually it's the way by default. If you are happy with that, just leave it how it is. But for example, in my case, I prefer to click and hold the project browser and move it to the right. The drawing area is still wide enough, and the panels are now larger, making them easier to navigate. Now, one important tip: if you cannot see any of the panels, click in the main window with the right button and make sure they are activated. With the project browser, we can open and manage the views, schedules, sheets, and families within the project. Its well-organized structure makes it easy to find what we need at any time. The Properties panel shows the parameters of the currently selected element. For example, if I click on this furniture, you can see the information related to that item. You can find details about its level position and other information. These parameters change depending on the type of element selected. For example, in a wall, the parameters displayed are different. Now let's press Escape to deselect the table, and you will notice that the Properties panel now displays the parameters of the active view, and in this case it's a floor plan. On the Start page, aside from models, also referred to as project files, we can open a family or create a new one from scratch. As I mentioned before, families are the elements used in projects, and they are created separately. They also have different extensions. A project file has the extension RVT, while a family file uses RFA. Now I'm going to open the sample architecture family to show you how it works. The workspace of a family file is similar to that of a project file, but you will notice that the ribbon has different icons and tabs, which are more specific for modeling individual components. Another way to open a family is by double-clicking on a family within a project, for example, this table. OK, now look at the project browser. There are different 3D views here. Then this one is for the thumbnail image, which you can see in the file preview. Also, this view called Reference Level shows how the table appears in a floor plan. OK, this was a brief overview of families in Revit, just to give you an idea how to create them. So let's move on to the next video.